now at 6.
Just 2 weeks until Hoosiers head to the polls. A look at how one local county is making some big changes before the primary.
And remembering one of our own, a popular journalist killed in a murder-suicide.
First, fast, accurate, with Jennifer Copeland and Rick Schutt. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 6.
A 911 call from a child leads police to a murder-suicide in St. Joseph.
Police say 51-year-old Eric Stewart killed 45-year-old Denise Bone Stewart, then killed himself. Denise is a popular radio host and former WSBT 22 reporter. We have team coverage on this investigation. WSBT 22's Caitlin Connon gathering community reaction to those deaths.
But first, WSBT 22's Suzanne Spencer is live in Royalton Township. And Suzanne, police now revealing a possible motive.
Police found Denise's body in the upstairs of their home in their bedroom, and her husband's body, Eric's body, down in the basement with a handgun lying nearby. Now, police said that witnesses told them the couple had been having marital problems prior to this, and they also said that it's possible that Eric planned to do this. Of course, still sorting through a lot of evidence, but all day long, dozens of people showed up to show their support, asking why and how this could happen. Ridden with heartache.
I'm still in shock. It's hard to just process.
Neighbors, friends, family want to know why this could happen to a 45-year-old mother of 3, known for her spirit and smile, and fight for breast cancer awareness as a survivor.
It's just really hard to believe that something like this would happen to her after everything she's been through.
Denise, known by many, including officers on the scene.
I did know the female victim personally or professionally through work, and it's a tragic loss with what happened here today.
A phone call led police to the Stewart's home.
We have a child caller on the phone. He's advising that he's found his father. He believes he's passed away in the basement.
Hours later, police called it a murder-suicide.
You can generally determine what happened based on a scene. The when part of it is what becomes a little more difficult.
Police do think it happened sometime in the morning before the kids woke up.
Based on witness statements and things that occurred and the timeline that we've developed at this point.
But those answers aren't enough to those who knew her.
Not losing one parent, but 2 parents, and the way that they went out, it's just a terrible, terrible tragedy.
While police do think that Eric may have planned this, they're not yet saying why they believe that. Now, as for the 3 kids, they are safe. We were told by police earlier throughout the day they were not hurt at all with this. We're told again that they were with family and friends nearby. We know that Denise and the family has a lot of friends around, but again, those kids will be interviewed in the coming days to try and sort through all of this. Jennifer?
Yeah, your heart just goes out for those kids, though. And Suzanne, as you said, Denise was such a big supporter of breast cancer awareness. In fact, she was just emailing people yesterday about this.
She was, and I got an email myself about this. I mean, everyone who was out here today was talking about how she gave 100% effort to everything she did. I only worked with her for about a year, but I know many people at WSBT worked for her much longer and would reiterate those same concerns.
Yeah, many of us, such a big heart she had. Suzanne, thank you.
And as we've been reporting, Denise worked with us here at WSBT 22 for many years, but she also inspired many people in all aspects of her life. Now, WSBT 22's Caitlin Connon is at the live desk tonight. Caitlin, Denise, of course, well known for her fight against breast cancer.
Denise was a breast cancer survivor herself, so she was very passionate about that cause. She used her visibility at WSBT 22 and 98.3 The Coast to help spread the message about breast cancer awareness. When she went into remission 3 years ago, Denise joined the Susan G. Komen Foundation. She helped organize countless fundraising events and served as an advocate for other women who have been diagnosed. Denise was well respected in her personal life and in the professional world. Today's news was hard for people close to her to hear, but they say Denise would have wanted them to keep up their hard work.
We have to keep fighting to honor her legacy. And I've talked to some of her friends in Southwest, and that's what we're going to do.
I think that the right thing to do is to continue to work hard for the causes that Denise stood for and that she championed.
Denise helped organize a race for the cure in Kalamazoo next month. When Jennifer Juergens asked the staff if it should be canceled, they said absolutely not. The people at Midwest Family Broadcasting and the Susan G. Komen Foundation are hoping to do something for Denise's children. They're waiting to coordinate with the family. At the live desk, Caitlin Connon, WSBT 22 News.
All right, Caitlin, thank you. And as we mentioned, Denise was part of our WSBT 22 family for a number of years. She came here in 1999, quickly becoming an award-winning reporter. In 2003, Denise decided to briefly leave the industry to raise her family. She had that focus. She returned to WSBT 22 in 2011 as a freelance reporter and anchor. And then last year, Denise made a move to radio, becoming a co-host of Denise and Johnny in the Morning on 98.3 The Coast. WSBT 22 News Director John Hafferkamp says the entire WSBT 22 News family is saddened by today's tragedy. Denise was not only a fellow journalist, but a friend to many of us. Denise was hardworking, caring, and loved our community. Her strong passion for life, for news, and sharing great stories will be greatly missed. Our thoughts and prayers are with her children and family.
Now, Eric Stewart worked at the Cook nuclear plant and was a 28-year employee of AEP. The company released this statement. Our thoughts and prayers are with all those impacted by this terrible news, as well as with all of our employees. We have made grief counselors available to our employees. We're still processing this ourselves. And we would like to thank everyone who has reached out to us here at WSBT 22 today, expressing sympathy and sharing kind words about Denise. We're going to continue to follow this investigation, and we'll pass along the updates as we receive them.
New at 6, a man charged in a Berrien County double murder must undergo a competency examination. A judge ordered the exam for Alex Perez today. It will determine if he is competent to stand trial and assist in his own defense. Perez charged with murdering his ex-girlfriend and her father. After those murders, police say he ran to Colorado with his two daughters, and he could face life in prison if convicted.
I'm meteorologist Abby Wepler in for Matt Rudkin tonight, and today it's been another quiet and mild day around the area. A few extra clouds we've been tracking, but that's really been about it. First Alert weather camera in Elkhart, you see it right there. Just a few breaks in the clouds. Otherwise, not much to show you. Now, here's live First Alert storm tracker radar. Quiet for us close to home, but let's widen this view. We do have some rain showers right now off to our west in portions of Illinois, for example, and even Wisconsin, also around the Grand Rapids area. But for us, we're staying pretty quiet close to home. Temperatures upper 60s in South Bend, Elkhart 69 in Plymouth, and 65 degrees in Benton Harbor. What we expect tonight, mostly cloudy skies, upper 50s by 11 o'clock, but rain is rolling in tomorrow. Which commute it will impact the most? That's coming up in minutes.
All right, Abby, thank you. It just got easier to vote in Pulaski County. County officials say new technology puts them ahead in this year's election. WSBT 22's Hillary Powell got a peek at the new machines. And Hillary, what makes these machines top of the line?
Well, registered voters casting absentee ballots in Pulaski County just need their government-issued ID. Election workers use 2 new e-polling iPads to look up voters by address. Officials say that means people can go to any of the 5 voting centers close to them. The county turned in old machines to help pay for this new technology. They say having fewer polling places and places to vote saves the county about $20,000.
In collaboration with savings from 5 vote center locations, as well as we traded in some unused machines. All that together allowed us to upgrade our machines and purchase e-poll pads, making Pulaski County the most technologically advanced county in the primary election in Indiana this year. We've just got the latest and the greatest.
Voter turnout was about 33% 2 years ago in Pulaski County, and Jennifer County officials say they hope this easier process brings more people out to vote.
Thank you. New at 6, Elkhart's former mayor honored today. The new Prairie Street overpass now officially renamed the Dick Moore Express Overpass. This is in recognition of Moore's 47 years of public service to the city. He served 8 years as mayor. He's also served as fire chief and street commissioner. Last November, the city council passed a resolution honoring Moore for all of his accomplishments.
But today I want to say thank you to them all over again. I can't really believe that it happened, but it has. We're here to dedicate the overpass today, put my name on it, which is just absolutely great.
Members of Moore's family and current and former city workers were at that dedication. And it is an honor, decades in the making. All new at 6. We're going to introduce you to one local veteran finally receiving his hard-earned awards.
And another nice evening, but big changes are on the way. Abby's tracking when you can expect the rain and cooler temperatures next.
Now, your accurate First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist Abby Wepler.
Evening plans, you want to spend them outside? Definitely do so, because we do have changes on the way, but tonight they're really not coming. Just a slight chance of rain and remaining mild. Now, tomorrow is not a washout. I want to definitely get that point across, but we could see some late day showers. Overall, though, tomorrow during the day is going to be pretty dry. We get into tomorrow night and Thursday, though, that rain chance is going to pick up, and then once it makes its way out of here, cooler by Friday. Friday, believe it or not, we will be unseasonably cool. We haven't said that for quite some time. 68 in South Bend, but look at Chicago, 51. So you're seeing right there is that cool pool of air, but we're still on the warmer side. I mean, Indianapolis pushing 80 degrees right now, upper 70s, so they're enjoying our weather from yesterday. 68 right now in Elkhart, 66 in Goshen, 69 in Plymouth. We have a 61 for you in LaGrange and a 64 right now in Warsaw. Winds right now, a little bit of a breeze in spots, sustained at 16 miles an hour, for example, in Elkhart and South Bend, a little bit lighter along the lakeshore. On average tonight, we expect those wind speeds to stay at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And speaking of tonight, if you do have plans to be outside, pretty uneventful. So I know I've seen a lot of people working on their yards, mowing, weeding, grilling out, letting the kids, the pets play outside. Keep the trend going. Look at these temperatures. You tune in at 11 o'clock tonight. I still expect we're going to be in the upper 50s with mostly cloudy skies. So where's the change? Well, it really is literally just off to our west, but it's not making eastward progression all too fast. So that's why we've been stuck in the clouds all day. And then that wider view showing you here's the area of low pressure. This is the cold front associated with it. It will start bringing the rain here Wednesday night into Thursday. And of course, you know what happens once you get behind a cold front, that's when that cooler air moves in. The reason why we're not in the 80s today, but we were yesterday, this weak cold front made its way south of our area. Being on the northern side, it's a little bit cooler, but this is the system we need to make eastward progression. So rain starts to pick up tomorrow late day and into tomorrow night, and I'll just time it for you on Futurecast. 11 o'clock, mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight, clouds in place. We stay mild, upper 40s to around 50. Throughout the day tomorrow, though, pretty much a few peaks of sun, kind of like today, but we get into late day. Here it is. I'll stop it for you right now at 5 o'clock. That's when the rain starts moving in. Picks up Wednesday evening, so if you have Wednesday evening plans outside, take the umbrella with you or something to keep you dry, and it continues throughout the day on Thursday. Scattered rain likely throughout the day as that low pressure makes its way east. We get behind it, though. Friday's looking pretty good, but it's definitely going to be cooler. Your forecast for tonight, mostly cloudy, pretty quiet out there. We drop down to a low of 48. 50 by 8 a.m., 63 by lunchtime. Notice by late day, put that chance of rain in the forecast, only about a 30% chance with a high of 70. Still mild on Thursday, upper 60s, but notice rain is tomorrow night into Thursday. Behind it, cooler and quiet on Friday, upper 50s. Saturday, sunny, mid to upper 60s. Next round of rain rolls in on Sunday.
Saturday looks really nice.
Beautiful day.
Yeah, there you go, Abby, thanks. He served in World War II, never asking for any recognition, but today he received just that. Why he's getting his medals decades after the war, all new at 6. Well, as a country, we've always taken time to honor the generation that helped win World War II.
Individually, though, many men and women never received their military recognition. New at 6, WSBT 22's Zach Crenshaw was with one Mishawaka veteran as he got some long overdue medals.
Spend even a minute with Daniel Schwab.
And I had girlfriends.
How many?
0.
You'll quickly realize he's a jokester.
I shoot a lot of guns out in the backyard.
Well, I won't tell anybody.
A lifelong resident of Mishawaka.
I was in the Army Air Corps, too.
At just 17 years old, Schwab enlisted in World War II and was sent to Korea.
I was radar.
And you saved military planes and you helped them land using radar technology?
Yeah.
He never received any medals, though, until Senator Joe Donnelly finally tracked down the many he earned.
So there's a Good Conduct Medal.
Write it down.
And I have it written down for you, sir.
There was the Good Conduct, American Campaign, Asiatic Pacific Campaign, and World War II Victory Medals.
Honorable Service Lapel Button for World War II, the Expert Badge with Carbine Bar, and Marksman Badge with Pistol Bar. So these are for you, and thank you.
Are you married?
Like I said, a jokester, as quick as they come. But the 90-year-old also struggles to remember things, suffering like far too many from Alzheimer's.
I was on the corner of, what the hell's the biggest place there?
His days guiding planes are hazy. Other things are not.
I married the most beautiful woman.
Her name was Cecilia.
How long were you married?
Until she died.
Cecilia's brother, Joe, was on hand today in support.
He taught me a lot of things. I am very proud that he's getting these medals.
What does that mean to me?
Yeah, getting those medals.
I did something. I did something.
Then, in classic fashion...
Can you do something?
Not like you, Mr. Schwab. Another thing about Schwab, Rick and Jen, he loves to paint and actually was a well-known local artist here. And take a look at some of his paintings. I went to his house this afternoon. Unbelievable. He is so good. He said he would sit down, paint a landscape, and these are the results.
That's fantastic.
He said he's gone to almost every city, sits down in Napanee, Notre Dame, you can see there. He is so confident, he actually challenged Mayor Wood to a painting competition. Mayor Wood's also an artist. Yeah. I think I'd put my money on Schwab, though.
Yeah.
He's very
excellent.
good.
He is
incredible
talented,
and a
sure.
fun guy to know.
Yeah, good for him for getting those medals, too. It's nice to see. Good story.
Sports is next.
Now, sports with Pete Byrne.
Good evening. We are live tonight at Four Winds Field, where a large crowd has assembled up here in the Pepsi Stadium Club because there's a very special person they're dying to meet tonight. We are joined right now by Cubs legend and Hall of Fame pitcher Fergie Jenkins, who's here for part of a VIP meet and greet. And Fergie, so many of these Cubs fans here have memories of watching you pitch when they were growing up. I'm curious, what are some of your fondest memories of pitching at Wrigley Field?
Have you asked these people how old they were when I was pitching? They're probably all pretty young.
Yeah, I know better than to ask that.
Well, opening days are a lot of fun. Winning 20 games, playing with teammates like in room with Ernie Banks and Billy Williams and Santo, Beckert. Beckert was my best man at my wedding. So, I mean, there's a lot of great memories.
How much fun was it being a part of some of those Cubs teams? You know, they've got the stigma, haven't been over 100 years, but some of those teams you're on in the late 60s were pretty good.
Well, they were good ball clubs. I think we'd had a little stronger bullpen. Would have taken a lot of pressure off maybe the starting pitching, and maybe late in September we'd have probably played a little better, because 69 we had a great team, 70 was better, and 71, and just unfortunately we got close but just didn't get there.
As a guy who's been with the Cubs and who's been close, what's it going to take for this franchise to get over the hump?
This young team right now, I mean, if they win 97 games, they'll win the division, and then you got 2 wild cards you got to play, which is kind of different now. 1 and 2, and then you got it in the playoffs. So when you think about it, spring training and the season, they're playing close to 200 games. So these athletes got to stay in pretty good shape.
How much fun is it for you now to watch this team as they've kind of evolved from a group of young players into a legitimate contender?
Well, I seen them last spring. They had the makings, and then the season, I picked them last year to win 85 games. They win 97. This year, they're going to win 97 easy. So without a slump, I think that by far they've got the makings of a good ball club.
You put the pressure on them, and it's certainly exciting. But real quick before I let you go, what's going to happen to the city of Chicago if this franchise wins a World Series?
I don't know. I want to be around to see it. I want to be downtown somewhere when they have a couple 100,000 people showing up. But it should be fun. I mean, if they get into the series, I believe the city's really going to turn out. And that's what it's all about. I mean, we have a championship organization, and it proves to be a winner, I think the people will really support them well.
Yeah, I think these people behind us will too. Fergie, thanks for your time. It's a pleasure.
My pleasure.
It's a Hall of Fame pitcher, Ferguson Jenkins, here at Four Winds Field tonight. And if you want to see him, he's going to be throwing out the first pitch at about 7 o'clock. Rick, Jennifer?
Great to see Fergie Jenkins. All right, Pete, thanks so much.
All right, Abby's coming up next.
Quiet this evening. Rain moves in late day tomorrow, picks up tomorrow night, and then into Thursday. Quiet by Friday.
All right, Abby, thanks a lot.
Thanks for joining us.